Hello. Here I'm going to show you how I created the tagging panel for the purpose of analysing the Manchester City Chelsea game. First of all, this is the match stats tab, and you create a new tab by clicking this button here. Then you label that tab, and then you categorize that tab. So obviously I don't need this one, it was just an example, so delete that. I'm going to go back to match stats, and so you label it in here, match stats, and you categorize it here. You just type in the category. Okay, now these are the KPIs: forced error, unforced error, offside, minded, foul against. Before you do the KPIs, you've got to get a group box. Get a group box, drag it into this tab. And once you've done that, you drag your event buttons inside the group box. Obviously, label the group box, categorize the group box, then click on your event button. You label your event button, whatever you want to call it, and categorize it. But one of the most important thing, you have to trigger this to another tab, so it all links when you're tagging. So I'm just going to delete this and show you how I've triggered my event buttons. So let's click on foul against, labeled there, foul against, categorized as match stats, and it's triggered to property page 3, which is players. So here is the players tab. Obviously, label it, categorize it as before. You need a players group box. No, sorry, you don't need a players group box, just normal group box. Drag it over. Then you need a team group box. Yeah, you put that there, and all you do this is label it, link it to a team manager, and categorize it. And obviously trigger it as well. I'm just going to delete this and show you what I've done with these. So Chelsea, labeled it Chelsea, linked it to team manager 0, and you'll see that team manager 0 is Chelsea, and that's in the next tab, team tab. Okay, so it's linked to team manager 0. It's triggered to property page 0, which is zone. So that means when you've picked the player, when you're tagging, it's going to go to the zone tool, and it's going to go to a picture of the pitch, and it's separated in zones, and you'll have a choice of which zone the event happened in, and you click that zone. Okay. So this is the zone tab. For this, obviously label, categorize your tabs as usual. This one's labeled zone, categorize as zone. Then you drag over a zone tool. You get a pitch like this. Set, and then obviously, as you can see in this one to the left, it's separated into zones. To do that, all you do is click here, zones, add zone, comes up there, label the zone, zone 1, done. And you just keep doing that as many times as you want. Yeah, and then you'll get something like this eventually. So when you've labelled all your zones, I've got 17, you then need to do your coordinate system. So field width, field height, 1000 by 1000, standard measurements, 500 by 500, positive values, X and Y. Yep. Categorized a zone. Obviously, the trigger for this. I've triggered this to property page 2, which is team. Here is the team tab. So firstly here, I created a group box and I dragged some keyword buttons into the box to represent Chelsea and Man City. Here we go. Then obviously categorize label as normal. And I've triggered these keyword buttons to property page 1, which is match stats. I've done this so when I'm tagging, I go back to match stats. So I start at match stats, then I pick which player the event happened with, then I pick the zone the event happened in, and then I pick which team the event happened with, and then once I've done that, I go straight back to match stats, and it just saves a bit of time when you're tagging instead of having to change tabs manually. Next, I use the team manager tools. So I drag this one of these team manager boxes over, place that here, and obviously you label it, categorize it, so you can link it with your players box here. But you cannot add any players from here. You have to add players in the actual tagging panel.